8:14 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm XRP Future Millionaire and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Before we get started, I want to give my condolences out. I want to give some prayers to my cousins, Joey, Michael, Christina, Gracie, and Anthony. As I told you guys, they lost my Uncle John yesterday, so I want to give my prayers. If you guys are listening, stay strong. If you need me, call me. Your dad was a great man. Went through a lot of years of, medical stuff, but he was a trooper, a fighter. And I'm just glad that he's in a better place now and he doesn't have to suffer anymore. But like I said, my heart, my prayers, my thoughts, and my soul are with you guys this morning. So let's get into the charts a little bit. I thank everybody for the well wishes and the prayers because they were definitely needed. My Uncle John was one of a kind. He was actually one of the people in the family where you could talk to and be not judged. So you could actually say something and not have to fear about being judged. He was very giving and definitely a soul loss. So let's get into the charts. So Jerome Powell says the Fed will not hesitate to keep raising rates until inflation comes down. And they actually had talks of 75 basis point rate hikes as well. Fed Chair Jerome Powell said he will back interest rate increases until prices start falling back toward a healthy level. If that involves moving past broadly understood levels of neutral, we won't hesitate to do that, the central bank leader told the Wall Street Journal. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell emphasized his resolve to get inflation down, saying Tuesday he will back interest rate increases until prices start falling back toward a healthy level. If that involves moving past broadly understood levels of neutral, we won't hesitate to do that, the central bank leader told the Wall Street Journal in a live stream interview. We will go until we feel we're at a place where we can say financial conditions are in an appropriate place. We see inflation coming down. We'll go to that point. There won't be any hesitation about that. He added, earlier this month, the Fed raised benchmark borrowing rate by 0.5 percentage point, the second increase of 2022, and inflation runs around a 40-year high. Powell said following that increases that similar 50 basis point moves were likely to come at ensuring meetings so long as economic conditions remain similar to where they are now. On Tuesday, he repeated his commitment of getting inflation closer to the Fed's 2% target and cautioned that it might not be easy and could come at the expense of 3.6 unemployment rate. That is just above the lowest level since the 1960s. You'd still have a strong labor market if unemployment were to move up a few ticks. He said, I would say there are a number of plausible paths to have a as I said, softish landing. Our job isn't to handicap the odds, it's to try to achieve that. So if you're watching on my Dogecoin and you channel as well, I want to do this as a multicast just so you guys can see this information. I'm going to go over XRP after, and then we're going to cover, obviously we have to look at Bitcoin, but then we'll go to XRP and then probably Ethereum so that we can look at that for the Dogecoin community. And then this late morning, early afternoon, we'll have more in-depth updates as well. The U.S. economy saw growth contract at a 1.4% pace in the first quarter of 2022, due largely to ongoing supply-side constraints, spread of the blah, 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 and the war in Ukraine. However, tighter monetary policy has added to concerns about a steeper downturn and has sparked an aggressive sell-off on Wall Street. In addition to the 75 basis points in interest rate hikes, the Fed also has halted its monthly bond buying program, which is also known as quantitative easing, and will begin shedding some of the $9 trillion in assets and has acquired starting next month, which is quantitative tightening. Powell said, I have to walk inside, my tablet's getting full of rain. Good thing I have a screen protector and stuff on here. Powell said he still hopes the Fed can achieve its inflation goals without tanking the economy. You'd still have a strong labor market if unemployment were to move up a few ticks. That's, I don't know. I don't like the signs of that. So he said you can move up a few ticks. I would say there are a number of plausible paths to have a softish landing. Our job isn't to handicap the odds, it's to try to achieve that. He said he added that there could be some pain involved to restoring price stability, but said the labor market should remain strong with low unemployment and high wages. How we can say that is a complete and utter joke. Good morning, welcome back. 8:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I just wanted to do 60 seconds in memory to my Uncle John. So that's what that was about, the last 60 seconds. If you don't like it too damn bad, get the fuck out. No offense. Make sure to hit that motherfucking like button, but this is my show, and I will do things as I see fit, as you know. If you can't get with me when I'm on my sorrow days, you shouldn't be here when I'm on my best days. So once again, I'm here as always. I'm here bright and early. Regardless of situation, I come here first thing in the morning and the last thing I do before I go to bed and everything in between. And I come in here and I try to help my community. You will never find anybody as dedicated as I am, and that is the truth. I don't have to pretend to be who I am because I am here every single day. I do what I need to do. I keep us on the right page. So right now we have 28,908 as support. And if we break this uptrend, that's going to be an issue. We talked about it yesterday, but now we've actually started coming down below the 20. We created a bearish divergence, and if this uptrend breaks, that is when the big problems happen with Bitcoin. We still haven't broke it just yet. We're still on a bearish continuation pattern, so if that breaks, we're coming back down. And especially if this support breaks at 28,400, we're going to come all the way back down to 25,220. With XRP, the targeted move, if we can break up, would be at 52,779. But like I said, I think that move can happen. It's just you start to run out of time here, and we need a move to happen. You know, we need to stay above the 20-day. Right now, we keep falling below, but there's not a lot of volume when we fall below the 20-day. The problem is, as we come farther along and past the 4-hourly and into the weekly, the closer we get to Sunday, the more likely we're going to have a crash because we're on weekly engulfing candles to the downside, which are bearish engulfing. Right now on the 4-hourly, we technically created a bearish engulfing candle that broke the previous 4 hours, which means in the next 3 hours and 37 minutes, we could start some kind of a drop here. Once we break this bull flag, it's going to be a big issue. Right now, it hasn't broken it yet. We came outside yesterday, like I said, the 20-day, the uptrend on the 4-hourly, which you could put it in any time frame, but that is a big problem. And if we break down, that will be used as an M-topping reversal, and 33.6 is the area of concern if you break 38 cents. Which we still have a few cents to break that, and then Matic, because I'm going to do this as a multicast because it's a weird morning this morning, as you can imagine. Julie's sick and yada, 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 and dealing with everything else. So that's the uptrend broken. That's our resistance above for Matic, and 75 cents was the top end potential. But if we break down here, we can come back here if we break down this support of 47. Our next actual targeted move is 304, so pay attention to that and don't get caught up in that. And then Ethereum. So we've had a nice update this morning, actually. So a bearish continuation pattern here. We're breaking outside of the ascending triangle in the short-term pattern. The top end potential, I was thinking, was about 2,400 if we came back up and test that drop point retest. But in a bearish continuation pattern, you don't have to come up. And it's a big deciding factor if you stay under the 20-day. That looks like an M is forming very secretively here. And we have a bearish engulfing candle here that broke the previous 4-hour candle structure. So if I didn't know any better, guys, I would say we're starting to build maybe a potential fall here. Like we're falling outside of this ascending triangle. And if this bearish continuation pattern doesn't hold, we're going to start moving into the weekly pattern formations. XLM, same way. Holy smokes. We're starting to fall outside the uptrends here. And we have a tight consolidation on this uptrend when we fall out of this ascending triangle. And we're bouncing between 14.3 and 13.8. If we break 13.8, then you simply come back down to 12.39. You break 12.39, you come to 11.5. And then if you break that, you come all the way back down to the bottom at 10.4. And then if you break that, you have a targeted move on a breakdown of this ascending triangle of 2.7. Oh, yes, don't forget that. And then DGB, as you can see, the ascending triangle broke. Now it's hitting that downtrending resistance, as we said, and now it's using that as resistance. So if that's the case, this bearish continuation pattern will bring you all the way back down where you started for DGB, and that's at around 0.0852, as predicted when we flipped to zero when nobody believed me. Well, some people believed, but most didn't. But DGB, in fact, did flip a zero, and now we're on a bearish continuation pattern. So if that M pulls down, devastating results. And we'll end it on XDC. XDC under the 20-day broke that uptrend just by going sideways consolidation. So if we do pull down, because we do have a bearish engulfing candle here as well in the 4-hourly, so they're starting to play out more like the weekly now that we're into Wednesday. So we have resistance right here at 0.46. The next support is 0.43. We break that, We have a support here that probably won't hold at 408. Then we'll go 36, 32. And then if you break that, that is the big issue. Stay blessed, everybody.